Hello everybody and welcome to part 10 of my Islandception series. Things are going very well. We have an established navy that's getting stronger, and we're about to take Beijing and therefore Notre Dame, and that'll be a huge boon to our empire. As you can see, Beijing has good growth, good production, good money. Now this is what I want to see. Let's get some units killed. Let's see. Okay. So we have this longbowman here and this long swordsman here to try and help with the unit issue here. As you can see, that is going to be something we have to contend with. All of our ship of the lines were focusing on land units specifically for this setup here. This is the kind of thing that we want. Let's see. Let us bombard here. And then we'll step this guy up one for sure. We'll step him forward and shoot. There we go. Here's the one that was escaping last turn. We can hit that from water. But I would want to back this guy up like so. He can hit the Chukanu. Very nice. He can hit that. Okay. This seems like a good mix of our talents. There we go, and then we'll still put shots in the city, softening it up. Privateer is sitting outside because once he captures the city, he's going to have very little to do. And now that we have a clearer picture of what's going on here, we can move the long swordsman forward. As soon as Beijing is captured, we could probably just burn down Chengdu, but I don't want to do it before then, because of situations like this. We're going to need to be able to heal units up, and then also once we have Notre Dame, it'll be easier to take on the extra unhappiness of annexing the city. Okay, so let's see here. 4, 3, 2... Well, you know what? Actually, this is on the same diagonal, so... Yeah. So that should mean 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I can start heading this way and get perfect clearance here, and then we'll continue on north there. The caravels are best for scouting, it seems, and I'm not worried about taking the extra time to just get eyes on what we can see. Now, this one's a little south. He's a little damaged, but I'm hoping we can continue along the similar plan of using our navy, because once we're secured here and we have no way of knowing how long that's going to be, how many turns she's going to be sending units here. What we can check is to see how many turns we're going to be peace locked, and that's 8 because we made a deal with Montezuma. However, I would think that if we were to declare war against Montezuma, we could end that, but I don't know if that's going to be within the next 8 turns. All I was getting at is that once this area is secured and we're at peace, most of these boats can tear away and come over here. Let's see here. I just want to take a quick peek at something. The relative strength between longbowmen, 18, and a trireme, 10. Okay. I really gotta learn how to do the math for all that. Okay, so this is pretty well taken care of. He is supposed to be one of the defensive boats, but he's coming over to fill in since we're going to have to peel 1 or 2 away as they get damaged. As you saw here, but that all worked out for... Oh, you know what? I sent this guy over here to do the lumber mill next, and it's not even in our borders and won't be for 4 turns. So I could have started there, just done a whole farm, and then come over here, and it would have been just as timely. In fact, we might as well, because the amount of time it's going to take for us to not only finish this, but then get over and do that, I don't know. The city probably will take that long to grow. And if not, we can work a 3 food tile for a minute. That's not too bad. Oh, I should have focused over here before passing the turn. We want to see, you know, where the units are arriving here, for example. Stuff like that. Okay. So these 2 are the damaged ones. Let's do this. Rational or secularism. Very good. That's a very good one. Should have done it before and after, but right now we have 10 specialist slots, so that's 20, which means this was 250 before, so about 1/12. That's about like an 8% increase. Almost as good as the opener itself. Okay, this city is full up, so hopefully by the time we get the workshop up, we can just throw the extra citizen in there, because that's now production and science, and of course great engineer points will help make up for the fact that we have not had the opportunity to even think about wonders. Okay, so bombard. Let's go ahead and shoot with this first. The idea is we don't want to get our long swordsman tarnished if at all possible. And I'm noticing we could probably 3-shot this, take it with a privateer, clean one can swoop in and attack this, but we'll probably only get that one shot against this turn. So I should focus on that. There we go. Good, 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 good. Perfect. It's at 5 health. We could get another shot in if we wanted, but we're stretched. Ideally, we would like these guys to be able to take off, you know, because we're going to burn this down. So let's bring them back into our borders, and that way this guy who's... I'm pretty sure this trireme's the one that's keeping an eye on us to see when's a good time to go. So I don't see a need to put another shot in the city just to get experience. Well, yeah, I mean, this guy's just sitting right here. One more turn, and then this guy... Okay, alright, that works very good. And then we can... We don't want to bring him here because the Chukanu could shoot over the city, I think, right? This is not a hill. We don't want that. We need this guy to stay pristine, so we'll just do that. So I could have bombarded and stepped the longbowman out, but, you know, hindsight. There we go, let's just take this. Create puppet. We got good money there. University's intact. Coliseum's intact. Very nice. Workshop is already up. Good deal. Very good deal. The only thing I don't like is we weren't able to get a free worker. That's very unfortunate. Okay, so let us go ahead, get in here, annex, yes, raise, there we go. Okay, so that's burning down, it'll be going next turn. Now we can slot this guy in here and get some action on the Chukanu. He's gonna sit tight. Okay, we got lots of goodies for taking over this city. Let's make good on them. Whales first. We have 2 extra whales right now and exactly 2 people that are interested. Well, that's good, because I thought it said he was guarded. So getting full value under those circumstances seems like a good thing. Very profitable. Lots of money, lots of happiness. I'm pleased with this. You know, on the other hand, if I did move this guy to in range, say on the hill, since he does have altitude training, if we get shot, that means he stands still, which means we kill him back, and he can heal up on the hill. That's probably a better idea. Okay, horses. 2 gold, that's all he's got. That's what I was afraid of. How many horses total do we have? Okay. I want to keep that in mind, because we want to keep 2 for ourselves, because we have 2 pikemen, and I think, based on the circumstances of the world, it might be worthwhile to head towards metallurgy next ahead of like the culture and science policies. And the reason I say that is because we need to bolster our land units. We have a very established navy. I don't want to just sit on them because there is going to be a window of relevance. We've seen that the Aztecs have a number of triremes. So like this one's sitting right out here. It would be really nice if our longbowman could just take care of that. In fact, yeah, okay, he can see there. For this reason, let me shuffle the units around here. I'm going to have him come over here. I wanted to see that kind of thing. We'll have him come here, because when it does come time for war, whatever guy's handing on this hill is going to be shootable, unfortunately. And then we'll move this guy over here. because then 3 longbowmen should take this out, and that should leave our boats safely to travel on. I don't know how developed his navy is, but I've got to assume with his score doing like that he's producing a lot of navy because he wants a piece of us, and most of us is inaccessible to him. So coming down here, trouncing this city just like we did Chengdu, gives us a base of operations. Canal City, we can take on these 2 cities while we are, taking down all his boats, taking down any number of units that come in to reinforce. This will be how we weaken his overall military. But that also requires we beef up our land units so we can hold this. We're not going to be able to hold this with just a long swordsman and a longbowman, or I should say musketman, starting next turn. So those are my thoughts. Now we're in a situation of iron. What do we do? Hey, I never noticed that before. This city has a manufactory. Interesting. Very nice. What a waste of a great engineer. It's ours now. It's so good. Okay, so iron. What to do about iron? We're about to upgrade to musketmen next turn, which means 1, 2, technically 3 iron that's reserved will show up. I believe right now we're operating on 6 borrowed iron. Yeah, 4 borrowed iron? 6. I don't know why it said 4 here. Huh. But it says 6 there. Let's look at them real quick. Maybe they have 2 sources and only one's developed. No, that's not the case. Maybe they're using 2 of their own. Yep, that's exactly it. Okay. Resources imported, Hong Kong 6. Okay. So there must be some graphical anomaly. It appears that we are getting 6. And I remember at the time we got Hong Kong, it seemed like we got the full 6. I'm guessing this tooltip here says 4 because they have 6 and they themselves are using 2. But we still actually do get the 6. Anyways. So what to do? Do we sell our iron? We know we're going to free up 3 next turn. I think we pretty much have all the ships of the line that we need. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We only kind of need 4 here for defensive purposes. Alright. So we're going to free up 3 next turn. How many do we actually have that can be sold? Is something worth looking at. 4. Okay, so it says we have 10 total. 4 we can sell now. 3 will free up next turn. And we're done building all the ship of the lines we would need to. So I'm actually okay with starting to sell off our iron. But not at a discounted rate. If we can't get full value, we're just going to hold it. Because building more ship of the lines might end up being something we do later. I don't see... Oh. What happened here? Oh, I clicked on the header rather than the resource. Okay. There we go. Look at that gold per turn. Very profitable this was. In fact, it's so profitable... Oh wait, we have upgrades to go. Okay, I was going to say, let's take 580 and buy a workshop in the capital, because we're going to keep on pumping out some land units here. I'm thinking since this city has to build an observatory, let's get on that now. These cities, once their ships of the line are finished, we can build like longbowmen here. Maybe build, after this one's done, build 2 musketmen on top of that. And maybe that's comfortable for now. In terms of Hastings, all we really have to do for now is hold. We can really beat up his army and some of his science generation down here and here. This is a little vulnerable. Those are my thoughts anyways. I don't know how it'll play out. We'll have to see. So, yeah, let's get on the observatory here. Anyways, because of all this military stuff, we're going to be falling behind in our build queues. The workshops are going to be important. These 2 can get on it right after that. Longbowman I was talking about, this guy maybe gets on it after the observatory, but the capital's falling behind, because keep in mind, not only will the capital want a workshop, but they also want a seaport, which is 5 hammers, 5 gold. And I was doing the math wrong in the last part, because I was thinking that workshops were +1 and +10%, so when I said this was almost 5, it'll actually be almost 6. just wanted to point that out. Okay, we get this map of the surrounding area. Yeah, that's very useful. We already had knowledge of the surrounding area. Alright, so we're just going to fill that in there. Whoops, actually, let's do that. Okay, chop some wood. That'll help them come out quicker. Oh, and then, yeah, we also wanted to buy this tile. So, yeah, our money's spoken for a little bit. Alright, this ship of the line. We had sent one over here to replace one of the damaged ones. We could send this one over here now to replace one of the damaged ones. Or what we can do is have him start heading south. Because if you look, the privateer can get out of the city. We don't need to heal him in the city tile. And a ship of the line in the city tile has greater reach inland. And I think we really need that. So I imagine one there, and then along the coast, because keep in mind this is a hill. It's kind of hard to see there, but this is a hill, and this is forested. So ship of the lines over here aren't going to be very useful. So city tile 1, 2, 3, and that seems to be the good spread. And that's even pushing it, because they'll be coming from the southeast, and these boats over here would mostly be dealing with the southwest. So I don't even know if we're going to need that many boats over here. But we can definitely afford taking these two damaged ones away, get them over here, heal up. I guess what I'm getting at is this one that just came out I would have originally sent over here to replace one of the damaged ones, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. And since two are popping out here, we don't even need this one to stick around at home for home defense, because we're already reorganizing our longbowmen to where when we do declare war against the Aztecs, our longbowmen should be able to take out this trireme by themselves, 3 of them. So let's start heading south, getting some eyes. Looks like 1, 2, 3 tiles we could shoot at this city, and possible some units that are around here. It's unfortunate. This is a hill, because if a unit's here, we only have 1 that we can shoot from. But nevertheless, we gotta start kind of spreading out. So let's do that, and then we'll come up here, get some visibility. We'll end here, but with this forest unit there, he can't see us, so he can't shoot us. And we'll be over in time to kind of do some good things over there. We can go 1. We gotta go there to see that. Okay. So we'll pop over 1, come down here, get eyes, and then come over here and support whatever's going on. This is part of the reason I didn't want him to get damaged, but luckily we're England. Our mobility is such that we were able to complete our scouting mission and be back in time for the war. With the 2 caravels in the mix, we'll have 3 melee ships to help the assault on southern Aztecia. Alright. But do keep in mind the caravels are, I should say the privateer is 25% stronger than the caravels. So now we have gunpowder. So let's go ahead and upgrade all of our long swordsmen. Okay. So he's being a little shy, which is fine. That gives our longbowmen time to get into position-ish. Oh wait, we're not going to defend. We want to upgrade. That's the whole point. This one, I'd rather give him over to altitude training, and then as he's cutting through here, we can upgrade him and bring him into position. So let's do that. Orders grow. Orders grow. Privateer. Naval units. Coastal raider. That's a good question, because he is going to want to hit a few cities, but he's also going to be hitting boats along the way, and the ability to finish off boats increases our chances of bolstering our navy for free. So I think naval units should be the way to go. The ships of the line can be the ones damaging the cities. We don't actually need buffs for that. We've got a lot of them. Why is this going on? Election shenanigans in Mabanza, Congo, so we lose them. I think we would have lost them naturally, but Dr. Gray promoted. Oh, because we steal a tech. Okay. Oh, the risk did not pay off. He does not have chemistry. So all we get is chivalry for free, which we would have just taken 2 turns for anyways. Well, okay. We don't have any mounted though, so that's not nearly as good as it could have been. Alright, so let's get these damaged ones out of here. Get them into home waters where we can heal up. Let me just look at this real quick. Oh, sweet. We can get 2 turns into our own borders, which means this can get 1 turn, which means they can start healing up next turn. Very nice, because they're going to be the ones sticking at home. I'll have all these guys start heading south, trying to get a feel for where his navy is. Oh, he's actually moving some units away. Interesting. So what I'll do is I'll actually have him come out here, and then he can go in the city tile, because he can step and shoot. Although I don't even think he'd see it from there, so maybe that's his agenda. You know what? Let's go ahead and protect the worker. Don't know how necessary that's going to be. Okay, so with the upgrading of our musketmen, we've actually freed up 2 iron. And we will sell them off if we can get full value for them. He is not willing to do such a thing. But he is. So there we go. Okay, so we'll get the privateer. We can move the privateer back altogether, right? Heal up in home waters. I was going to have him heal up here, but... is there a need? Like, if this city gets recaptured, we'd want the privateer to be the one doing the capturing. He has 8 mobility, and we already saw from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from here we can reach home waters in 2 turns. Here, let's see, it wouldn't be 2 turns, but when we did get into home waters, it would just be deeper into home waters. I think I like that better. I don't think we need the privateer over here. Alright. So let us indeed move one in. Let's be one that's already got the buff. There we go. Okay, so now he can reach that easily. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this guy away. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was just going to say I'll move him away, but I'll leave it to where he has 1 movement point left. That way we can get here and shoot if need be. Otherwise, all these guys can start heading back towards Aztecs. Alright. Let's go into metallurgy. And then we'll focus on getting, what is it, research labs that come next? No, public schools. Alright. So, longbowman here. 7 turns. You guys just sit tight for the moment. And musketman here. Only 4 turns, not bad. Gonna have that worker head over here. We're probably gonna get some tiles pillaged. And if nothing else, let's rip up the roads. We don't need them. Because this city has enough hills as it is. Once we're done building the musketmen, we'll build the artist guild. So the fact that the land isn't fully developed shouldn't be too big of a problem. It looks like the overlap, we could afford to have 1 more developed hill, but it'll only be for a few turns, so I'm okay with that. Alright, longbowman here. So we'll have 2 more shooters. We just finished producing what will become a musketman. We're making 2 more musketmen. That should be good as far as holding Hastings. Trying to stay out of the vision of this trireme, but I don't know how useful that is or is not. Whoo-wee, what's going on with Greece here? They're all triremes, so I don't know that it matters much, but... oh, and this guy picked up the visibility there, so we can just head straight down here. Cool. Get some eyes on this landmass and then get ready for Aztecia. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. All is well. Chengdu's down, so there's our real happiness. We've sold off every thing we can luxury-wise, so I don't know when we're going to be able to build the Circus Maximus. It's good to have friends, though. I think we're ready. Let's cheese them off. Cool. So I guess we don't get bombarded during resistance, huh? It is unfortunate. Yeah, he's playing it kind of cool. Because he's playing it cool, I know it's she. I'm not trying to play like a gender game here. She's playing it cool. I think I can afford to make him a little forward. He's a musket man now. And he's on a hill here and protecting our iron, which all of that is good stuff. We'll have this one come up on the hill, which means we can actually reach this next turn if it stays like that. The idea here is to get her to keep her Chukanoos here so I can kill them. So let me see here. Do about 26. That looks like a lot, and that's a lot. So the two of them should be able to kill one of these. So I'll go ahead and damage the untarnished one. Give them a reason to keep them sitting still. We can hit all of them too. Nice. Alright. If you're going to play it cool, I think we can start tearing some of these boats away, really. Heal. Heal. Go get your altitude training. Okay. Alright, Hastings has grown. Should have done with this first. Cocoa, huh? Well, for once, Aztecs do not have cocoa. So there's that. Alright, when is this going to grow? 14 turns. That gives this worker plenty of time to put a lumber mill down over there. Nice. Because yes, our happiness is fine for now, but if we're going to be taking over cities, we're going to need some kind of buffer. And since some of our happiness is coming from city-states, we need to treat it as borrowed, namely Hong Kong. Oh, whoops, I hit escape. I did not mean to do that. Alright, so what's going on here? 2 gold per turn, I don't like it, but we're trying to get a... Okay. Well, here we can tap into his roads, maybe. I suppose I didn't need to go for open borders. I could have hopped in the water, gone around. Save some money. That would have been smarter. Oh, well. Alright, so he no longer needs to protect a worker here. And we're going to have a series of units flying through here. So let's do this. Just sit tight. Oh, that's so beautiful. Dangling like that. We could just shoot him to dead right now. Oh! Maybe we should start planning that out. Same thing as before. I'm going to move these guys away, but 1 tile shy. That way if they have to move back next turn. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can move back and shoot. Oh. Oh. That puts me in bombard of Hangzhou. Not to be confused with Guangzhou. That is tempting. That is tempting. But let's not do it. Let's give both of them a reason to stick around, because with a melee attack we could take care of all of that next turn. Okay, we'll move this guy first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll move him down here, get some visibility. I'm not seeing much in terms of Montezuma boats. So that's interesting. Just the one, acting as a spy, seeing when it's time to go. So yeah, we have 2 here. 2 will be healing up. We'll have 3. There's 3 spots here that can hit the city. And while the 2 are healing up, they can come down afterwards and relieve the ones that are damaged. From here we could stop and shoot, so yeah, this one's... Yeah, we're in a good position here as far as getting started with Montezuma. Okay. England is so fun. We're zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, I meant to tell those guys to chill. Alright. So yeah, we'll just head on down. Cool beans. This is going to work out nicely. The caravels can act as blockers. Somewhat. No? Okay. 2 for 3. Alright. As long as we still have horses, because we are going to go for metallurgy next. Okay, everything appears to be in order. And this is the half-hour mark, so I'm going to end it here. Wow, this series is really taking a turn for the better, if I do say so myself. Got our first capital, and I'd just say, like, good happiness, good money, good growth, good production. Like, this is a fantastic puppet. Fantastic puppet. Can't wait for it to build a harbor so that we can get a city connection out of it, which the population's not that high, so it's not too eager. But lighthouse, seaport, like, oh my gosh, the city's going to be so great. And I think we're doing well as far as ramping up in terms of actually doing damage here. Because we can start attacking his navy as soon as we're ready to. Whatever deficiencies we have here are being patched up in the backfield anyways. The biggest challenge that as I see it is trying to conquer this city while holding him at bay up here. And, you know, we should be doing this. I'm sorry. I should be checking in on Tenochtitlan every single turn. We have a spy there specifically for... I mean, the stealing of the tech was nice, but I wanted the visibility. We have reason to believe he's strong down here. We're going to give him plenty of reason to stay strong down here. But that's not to say he won't throw stuff over here. But I think we're just about ready. So I am very pleased. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.